Okay, so I'm right back. Let's just get this picture down. Okay, and then let me just glue this little title down. And then we'll move on to my hat. So yeah, the other lady in the picture, she's my friend Margaret. And we met at a stamp store. We used to get together all the time and work on our books and stuff. Or actually used to just mainly stamp and make cards. But my friends had a little surprise party for me. I'm just going to ink up my hat just a little bit. Okay. Let's see, do I want to do pop dots? Let's do a little bit of hot glue. That way it won't lie completely flat. Put it right on my head. So funny. Okay, and then we'll just get these down and then I'll show you my cover. This is so funny. Owie. That was hot. Okay. So there we go. There's my party hat. And, oh, sorry. So there's my party hat. And right here is where I'm going to do my journaling. And then I'm just going to explain a little bit about laughing every day. You know that kind of laugh where your cheeks hurt afterwards? You know, you smiled so wide and stuff. Where it's just like your tummy hurts, your abs hurt. That's the kind of laugh that was in these pictures. And I'm actually going to make a few more lollipop flowers and put them all over. But that's that. And I've just done like chipboard. I got some really heavy duty chipboard and I cut my pieces. So, okay, so this is my layout. But like I said, I'm going to show you, I'll show you the other one. But this is going to be mine that I keep because it just, I don't know, it really like touched my heart. And I just thought, I just couldn't part with it. So anyways, okay. So this is what would have been the sign-in page. And I just copied some lined paper onto some cardstock, some confetti cream cardstock, inked all around the edges. And then I typed sign in please, and I printed it out on some of the pattern paper. Okay, and then this is the inside of the book. I'll put this away. That's the inside. I've covered it, the inside. And I just took an old book apart like I like to do. Okay, and this is the inside flap. And it's an envelope that I inked around the edges. I ran through the Swiss dot cuttle bug, inked over some of the dots so that it would, you could tell where the dots were so they'd stand out. And then these clouds I cut freeform because they actually match the paper, one of the pattern papers, which I'm going to show you in a minute. They actually match some of the pattern paper. So I cut out some of the clouds. I ran this cloud through the Swiss dot, no, not Swiss dot, crazy dot or circles and fun or something, the cuttle bug. And I inked around, not inked, I did. Inked around the edges, glittered this main cloud, and I cut out a unicorn from the pattern paper, and then I made some other little clouds. And then I just put this cool, it's like almost like a canvas fabric ribbon, and it has stars on it, and I added that, and then I did that border punch again for here. So it's, I put the rules, the rules of the book, and then I'll slip my note in here, right here. Okay, and then when I say rules, I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding because I don't have any rules. It's just I want you to create something that kind of fits the theme, but turns out, like I said, this will be for me. Okay, so let me put it together, and then in a second I'm going to show you the cover. So I have to say that I feel like this is absolutely my best work so far, and I am so super proud of it that I just love it. Okay, move the camera. This is my cover. So it's a book I've taken apart. It's like a 5x7, I believe. And this is my very first attempt at drawing one of the wafy looking type girls. She originally looked like this, but I wanted bigger hair, so after I'd already done this and colored it, I just recreated it and made her hair bigger. And then I went and spilled alcohol ink on it. So, okay, so this is what I've done. I did the face on watercolor paper and then colored her with watercolor pencils and did, added some like eyeshadow. I really hope you can see it. I gave her eyeshadow and long wispy eyelashes, and her eyes are closed because she's making a wish. Okay. And then out of pattern paper, I did her hair. So I cut it out and then collaged it onto the top of her face. Prior to that, I ran the hair through a Swiss dot, like Swirls and Fancy or something like that. I ran it through an embossing folder and then highlighted the swirls with black stickles? No, walnut stain, distress stickles. And then I free-handed a cloud, and I typed, if I had one wish, and then I did stickles all around the outside. So if I had one wish, and down here it says, I wish they would only take me as I am. And that's a quote from Vincent van Gogh, and I put that down here. So back to my girl, I guess. I gave her a little shirt and then arms, and they're, just off the edge of the page because I was not about to attempt hands. But so I just put a big pink flower in her hair. And through her hair, I already knew what I wanted to do. On Word, I cut out, I typed up, I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. And then I did it in super tiny font and cut it out on pattern paper. Printed it out on pattern paper and then cut it up. And I put it all throughout her hair. So that's what you see right there. And it, so it says that. I covered it with that same paper out of that collection. Distressed it around the edges with walnut stain. And let's see what else. Oh, no. Okay. So then right here, these not photo corner. I want to know what you call them, but they're like little book corners. Are totally cool. Let me show you. They look like this, and they are called. They're by American Tag, and you can go online. American Tag Company. They're called a 7/8 inch scallop corner. These come in brass. I'm sure they have other colors, but they're stock number 40955. And this is what they look like. And I got this at that store. It's actually called, the store is called, I'm going to respond to some of you guys that have emailed me. I've just been super busy all day and I have a ton of emails to answer. So the store that I went to is called The Red Mat, and it's in Placentia. That's where I got all my deals. So I just alcohol inked them, and I put them onto the corners right here. And then you just slip them onto the corner and then kind of pinch them with some pliers. So that's my cover. I love it. This is fabulous. I absolutely adore it. And then the back, I did the same. Just covered it with paper, and I added the little corners, and I alcohol inked my little binder rings as well. And then this is, I didn't punch my holes out very big, so I have to go back and do it again, which I think is going to mess me up because I punched them too close. But this is the inside with the unicorns and stuff. So anyways, so there you have it. If I had one wish, I wish they would only take me as I am. But like I said, ladies, it's the very first time I've ever done something like this, and I'm pretty proud of the way it came out. So there we go. And yeah, I loved it. I just loved looking at these pictures, and I loved looking at, my brother, and just all these memories are super special. So anyways, ladies, if you're watching this video, then, and this is part 2, go back and check out part 1 because I show you how I did this. But thanks for watching, and I hope I entertained you a little bit. I know the video was kind of long, but anyways, thanks for watching, girls. Have a great evening. Be inspired. Bye.